Hi, welcome to Cause for Paws, and I'm Connie, and I welcome everybody out there in TV land to our show today. It is a very exciting show. We hope we teach you some very, very interesting things. It's going to be about microchipping and how important it is. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, a lot of concerns. They want to know a lot about microchipping. They don't understand it, so we're here to teach you about it. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at causeforpaws70@yahoo.com. Today, I have a special guest to help teach me and you a little bit about what is done with microchipping. And today we have, do you have a thing in front of your name? Just
No.
Joe Mattingly?
Joseph Mattingly.
Joseph Mattingly. And Joseph Mattingly is the tell me what it is.
I am the field supervisor of field services for the Animal Service Division.
Right, and that's out of Prince George's County Animal Shelter.
That's correct.
There you go, very good. And so what do you do? We were just talking about what you do. What don't you do?
Well, in my unit, we investigate all kinds of animal-related complaints, primarily lost pets, nuisance pets, primarily in my unit. And that's pets that go lost and don't have identification. They go to the animal shelter as stray animal.
Okay, all right. So that brings us right into our segue, lost. And as you can see from the photograph, up there behind us, we have a poor dog. It wasn't one that Joe got. It was one that I got off the internet. But that could be what happens to your dog or cat if it doesn't have proper identification. And we're looking at dog collar or cat collar or cat tags. What types of IDs do they have out besides the microchipping?
Legally, in Prince George's County, all dogs require to wear a county dog license. Cats and ferrets are required to be licensed, not to wear any identification. That's why we preach the microchipping on the cats and the ferrets, and also on dogs. Because too often a dog goes missing, and the shelter will call it one breed, you're calling it some other breed, and it never matches being your missing pet.
Yeah.
We know it's yours because someone got a collar on, but no identification.
And sometimes when you call the shelter, if you have, or any place, you say, well, it's sort of brown. And the shelter will look at it and say, well, it's really black, so we don't have your. So it's too risky to do that. So.
Or you'll say it's a spaniel type, and really it's not a spaniel, it's really a collie type.
Right. It can be, and you can't blame the people at the shelter because they see, it's all a matter of perspective. What they see might be a little different than what you see. Some people say my car is gray, I call it blue because it's just like, so it's very, very weird. So that's one of the reasons we need a special kind of identification. And if we go to the next image, please, we're going to show you why it's important to do microchipping. Now that says dogs, but like Joe says, we could do cats, ferrets. Now they're doing, I saw somebody doing rabbits.
Yeah, you can microchip pretty much any animal.
Any animal.
I've heard of some horse industry people having their horses microchipped, getting away from the tattooing of horses.
Wow.
So again, it can be any animal.
Yeah, because when I had a dog way back, they were doing tattooing.
Correct.
And they would do it either on the inside thigh or on the ear. And some people, when they found the dog, they didn't want to get it, they cut the ear off. They cut the tattoo off.
Correct.
They can't do it on the thigh, but.
And with the thigh, hair grows back, so again, not always looking for it.
All right, so as far as microchipping, let me see. Let's go to the next image, please. Oh, and there's a cat. See, there's a cat. So we do cats as well. And I think it's wonderful. And I've got 3 little kittens that have lost their mittens, and they would like to find a little home. So we'll be visiting them soon. All right, next image, please. So when we microchip, what we see, and I printed this off of the microchip. So explain what microchipping is.
Okay, a microchip is a small chip, about the size of a grain of rice, best way to describe it. And it's not done through surgery, so not like guys at the vet have surgery. It's done through an injection, similar to a vaccination. So a chip is placed into a syringe, given to the animal under the skin, under the shoulder.
Sort of like a shot. And it's
Correct.
done with a syringe. If you go to the next, and what I showed you, go back please, yeah. What's on the screen now is the scanner. Go back, yeah, thank you. The scanner, the syringe, and there's actually a microchip. And it is the size of a grain of rice, and that would be, let me see, my pictures are out of sorts. I think number 4, let's see what number 4, image 4 is. I think I've got some cute little pictures in here too. Okay, number 5, next image. Let's just say next image. Okay, so there you go. It's very important to microchip. 1 in 3 pets will get lost without ID. 90% won't return home. Is that what you're finding?
That's what we're finding. That's why the county encourages microchipping on the adoption process. We hope for this is a forever home. Hope there is no accident or escapes, but stuff happens in life. So we require all pets being adopted to be microchipped.
Actually, all the cats or animals go out of your facility are microchipped.
Right, that's because this login requires it, because we're so long preach identification.
Yeah, okay. Next image, please, and let's see what we've got. Okay, so the next image is, I'm looking. Okay, that is, I'm trying to see, a pet is lost every 7 seconds. That's scary. That is very scary. They get out all the time, so you really do need to microchip. All right, and 8, the next image is, I think we had some pictures of okay, and there's one of the microchip. It looks like, you can't really tell how big it is there, but let's see the next image. I think what I did was I got some other pictures that show the actual size of it. So what's the next image? Okay, there's a grain of rice.
Right.
It's very tiny.
Very tiny.
Very, very tiny.
Now, I will caution, if you have a small toy-type breed dog, let the veterinarian do that while it's under medical procedure.
Oh.
Because it is a little more discomforting for a small toy breed.
Really?
Because you have to think, normal vaccinations on a small toy breed dog using a smaller syringe.
Oh.
So you got to use a larger sized dog syringe.
Okay.
So while your dog's being neutered or spayed,
Yeah.
or under dental work, under sedation, have the vet do it then.
That's a very good point.
If it's a medium to a large sized dog, it's like any other vaccines. They're distracted, give them a shot, they don't know they had it.
Very good. I didn't know that. Now, see, I learned something. Thank you, Joe. That's very good. Next image. Let's try to see what we've got on the next one. Okay, and there it is again. That's how tiny it is. It's so tiny. And in fact, I carry a sample with my scanner, and Joe has a scanner too. We all have scanners. We wear them around our neck. But it's so tiny, and we take these around to show people that it's really nothing to be scared about. It really is. Well, we don't get them.
Yeah, we don't get them. But like I said, the toy breed, just a little cautious for the discomfort aspect.
Now, if it's us toy breeds, how about the cats, since they're small? Does that bother the cats?
It could be, because again, you got to use a bigger size syringe. For an old cat vaccine, they use a smaller size syringe, so it's less discomforting.
So try, if it's a small kitty or a small dog, then let's go with wait till it's sedated. So you do.
Right.
And
And
if
also
not,
consult your veterinarian as far as the comfort of the actual procedure. Again, it's not surgery, but it can be discomforting.
Okay, keep that in mind. Excellent, thank you, Joe. Okay, and the next image, what do we got next? I had such a good time getting all these pictures. Okay, that one is does microchipping work? So, does microchipping work?
Yes, it does. We are amazing how many times we hear on the news about someone's pet being missing as a puppy or kitten. It's found 10 years later.
Wow.
I can name stories after stories where a pet went missing and then we found it like 2 or 3 years later.
Holy mackerel.
Only a few blocks from where it went missing, where some good Samaritan found the stray and not take it to the animal shelter like they're supposed to, gave it to a neighbor. Is this your missing dog?
Wow.
And then we discovered later on through investigations that it did belong to someone whose dog went missing. So yes, it does work.
Well, okay, so that brings me to a question that doesn't have anything to do with microchipping, but it has to do with when you find a lost animal, a cat or a dog.
Well,
what is the rule of thumb or law that you need to do when you find a pet running loose?
The first thing is do, if you can safely do it, capture the animal, if you safely can do it.
Okay.
And then that way it's not in harm's way any further. Then contact your animal control, whether it be City of Bowie Animal Control or the County Animal Control. You still don't know, call 311. They'll put you through to animal control.
Really? Okay.
Yes, they will. So don't keep a list of all your phone numbers everybody can think of, just call 311.
311. Write it down.
And they will put you through to animal control.
Oh, wow.
And they'll have an officer dispatch go pick up the animal.
That's excellent. And you guys have a lost and found, and I know you do a magnificent job locating the owners and keeping the animals there. And I suggest people, if you do lose a pet, report it to the animal control. If it's in the Bowie, do Bowie and Prince George's County. And then if you want to, I've had people go there every day because, again, a brown dog could be a gray dog, could be a green,
It can be the lighting, it can be the shading.
Right, so go there every day if you want. Keep in touch with them. They don't mind. They want to get the pet back to the owner.
Well, back to the story about the stray dog, and you're called in. The first thing the officer does is they check for the collar for tags. Obviously, you're going to do that yourself.
Okay.
Then they scan the dog.
Okay.
Our policy is that if it's positive reading on the scanner, is we will contact the microchip company to have the tags traced. It takes about 5-10 minutes to do that procedure. They'll then tell me who the last known registered owner of that chip is. Then we make contact with the owner and say we found their pet.
Yes, that leads me to another segue. It doesn't help if you microchip if you don't keep the registration up to date.
That's correct. Or if you do get a pet from a humane society or a rescue shelter, and it might still be in their name, back instead of the adopter's name.
Yeah.
We've had cases where someone from out of state, this is DC areas, we have a lot of people visiting from out of state, visiting with their pets. The pets get lost because of a strange environment, and they wind up on the streets of Washington, D.C. or in the suburbs. Yeah. So again, the chip will still register back to your home state. A lot of times they register to your cell phone. So we still call you and say, hey, we found your missing pet. It's safe at our shelter.
Yeah. Okay, so, it really does work. It really does. And there are a lot of chip manufacturers, but I know you use home, I don't know what you use.
We use Home Again.
Yeah. And, okay, next image, please. Let's see what we got. I'm guessing what we got. Okay, that's that one. Let's go to the next image. All right, that is the makings of a microchip. Very technical. If anybody wants to see it. Do you know how a microchip is made?
I have no clue. I enjoy watching those kind of shows and how they make stuff. Never seen that episode.
I know there's an antenna, and this thing is so tiny. I know there's an antenna, and then the workings. And inside of it, when they scan it, when it brings it up, it's a lot of numbers. And what it's inside the chip is like you go to the grocery store. It's like a barcode. Sure. And that's the number. So it never changes. The barcode is got all your information, your name, your phone number, where you live.
Yeah, what it does not have is your medical records on your dog. So your vaccination records will not be in it. But it will be your name, your contact information, and the name of your pet.
Yeah, and I think first number, best number, second number,
and
couple
it all depends how you have your chip registered. A lot of people have two names on the registration, primary name, backup name.
Yeah.
And
get as much information on there as possible.
Right.
Because I have had situations where I find an animal and I call and they didn't keep the registration up to date. That is so sad.
Yes.
That's so sad.
There are still, legally you're required to wear a license tag, but even that's not guaranteeing the pet being reunited.
That's
like
right.
you said, you rehome the pet
and
you didn't take the tags off or get the tags transferred. You rehome your pet with a microchip, you did not get it updated. We've had cases from out of state where we picked up a stray animal, had a chip back to someone out of state who said, it's not my pet, but it was my pet.
Yeah.
I gave it away to ex-boyfriend or ex-husband with the kids. They have it. Then I had to backtrack how to get a hold of the owner. So like the law states, identification on pets is a 5-day hold stray.
Okay.
But if we have identification, we do check social media and we do make contact to track down best we can who is the owner.
Because you have something
solid. It is quite a bit and labor intensive sometimes, detective work.
Yeah.
But identification is better than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's a big shot in the dark with an unidentified animal.
You know, in the military, and I've had this happen, the military, when the military gets located somewhere else, deployed somewhere else, they will adopt the animal out, but the microchip has not been changed.
Correct.
So if you do get an animal from a military family, always make sure you go to the vet and make sure you have them scan it, and then make sure that registration is changed. So very good.
And
okay.
You should keep your microchip information in with your pet file.
Okay. Yes.
So they stay together. Not think automatically is registered and that's it. keep it together.
Yeah, very good. And I would say, and I tell people when we send our animals out microchipped, we say, okay, you pick a day, either first of the year or the birthday or whatever, and then go on the line on website and make sure all that data is up to date. You continually check, because you never know when you're going to change your phone number or what. Okay, next image. Let's see what we got. Come on, next image, come on. Oh, isn't that cute?
Cute.
That is another picture of a little microchip, and it shows you how big it is next to that doggy's nose. Okay, go to the next one. I just wanted to share with you some pictures. Oh, that's a cute one. It's hip to microchip. Next image. I love it. I had so much fun doing this. Okay, now there's a doggy getting ready to get the injection. You can see the syringe in her hand, its hand, and getting ready to give a syringe and the thing. Now, next image is, should be a cat. Oh, no. Oh, this is cute. Okay, microchipping sounds like it hurts. And then the little kitty says, no. Scaredy cat, it doesn't really. Okay, so it really doesn't hurt, like you said.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
Just be careful, again, smaller animals and toy breeds, just be sensitive that you use a bigger size syringe.
Okay.
So again, it should be done by a veterinarian, not by a layperson at a clinic.
Yeah.
And especially with small breeds and so forth.
Yeah, okay. Go to the vet. Go to the vet. Go to the vet. Next image. Oh, there you go. Why take the risk? Get your pet microchipped. I can't even say that enough. I say that almost as much as I say spay neuter.
Sure. Correct.
I say spay neuter, microchip, registration.
Because again, all good intentions, your pet's safe at home, you're at work, what have you. Every day we hear in the news stories of cars crashing into people's fences, crashing into people's houses. And you're at work, car crashing your house, your dog or cat gets freaked out, scared, so would I, and may run and hide.
Yeah.
Hopefully, when things calm down, come back to the front door, and you can have work by then. But a lot of times they don't. So again, a neighbor finds a scared cat or dog, hopefully they'll have no sense, well, that is your dog.
Yeah.
If not, they'll take it to the animal hospital and ask. Most vets will scan automatically for you, just for asking.
Okay, so I also printed out, we got some more images, but I'm going to, okay, there's the cat getting microchipped. Yeah, there's the cat. Okay, so I have these we can work with now. Why is microchipping so important? Let me go with what their bullets are, and let's see what we got. You may have doubts about microchipping your cat or dog, but think of what might happen in the following circumstances. Here we go.
Sure.
Your cat gets lost and adopted by another family, or even stolen by someone unscrupulous. So.
Yeah, a few years back, there were a couple of stories in the news of reference to families in D.C. who've had their houses broken in and personal stuff stolen, and they commented that their pet too was stolen. And they mentioned in the news story that the dog is microchipped. Amazing how the next night the dog was found tied in front of the police station, because the bad guy did not want to be caught with stolen goods.
There you go.
So again, identification.
There you
it's
go.
so important.
That's very important. See, that's a good one. Your cat gets ill or injured while she's out, and he or she, and taken to a vet where a decision needs to be made about treatment.
Sure. This is something we've come across all the time. We have a stray animal injured. By law, we are required to consult a veterinarian or transport to a veterinarian for examination, diagnosis of the injuries, and treatment. If it has no identification whatsoever, no microchip found, no tags on the animal, it may not be treated because the animal had to suffer because we kind of can't afford everybody's vet bills. So they'll do bare minimum treatment. But if it has identification, they'll do more to stabilize and start the process of tracing the chip and make notification that one, the pet's found, two, is sick or injured, is at the hospital.
Okay, so that's very, very important. I like that. Your cat or dog tragically gets killed on the road. Oh my heavens. Without a microchip, you may not be identified as the owner and may never know what happened to her or him.
That's another sad fact about missing pets. They often get hit by a car. And when we are dispatched, our policy again is to scan every animal, live or dead, looking for a chip. Again, if we do detect a chip in a deceased animal, we'll again hold the remains, try to make notification, give them the bad news. Then you can decide what you do as far as the burial or cremation.
And I'll tell you something. That would make me, I mean, it's heartbreaking enough to lose a pet, but to not know whatever happened to it.
Right. It is very sad to report that, but at least again it's closure that the animal hopefully didn't suffer too much and
Yep. Okay, your cat gets lost and taken into a shelter where she or he could be either rehomed or euthanized.
Well, what happens when an animal comes in the shelter system during the receiving process, they'll check the animal for, again, tags, identification, scan it for a chip. If a chip is detected, then it's traced. Like I said, in about 5-10 minutes, the chip can be traced to the owner or last known owner. And that starts the trade on trying to figure who owns this pet. It's rare that a pet comes through the shelter with a microchip that is not detected. It's been known to happen, so we use multiple scanners throughout the process to make sure it's not being missed. Unfortunately, the microchips do
I was going
migrate.
to ask
They
you
do
that.
move.
Yes.
The manufacturer getting that report from a lot of places that the chips are moving. So they're working on technology to have it more, say, adhesive, some sort of medical adhesive put on the chip.
Yeah.
So when it's injected, it stays put.
That's why when you scan, they scan the back and they'll go down the legs too, because I have actually, when I was working with a microchip clinic, the dog said, nothing here. And I said, no, check the legs. And they checked the legs, and sure enough, there was a microchip on the leg.
Correct.
So yes, and they do. A lot of people who have scanners, they know, I check the whole body. It moves, I'll find it.
Well, again, microchipping is a relatively new technology.
Yeah.
It wasn't here that long ago, so they're still learning how to make it better.
Yeah.
It is not a system where it tells me right away your pet's missing, and by the way, it's over here.
Yeah.
That might be in the works as far as future, but right now, it's somebody tells me that this animal belongs to you.
Very good. Okay, now we're going to change courses here. Common reasons for not microchipping. The following are the most common reasons pet parents give for not getting their cats or dogs microchipped. My cat, this is for cats, my cat is an indoor cat.
That is great for your cat's safety and health. Also, it's great for the society, keeping cats safe inside houses. But again, stuff happens. Life happens. You open the door for the mailman, UPS man, or guest, and the cat darts out the door. Anything can happen, wasn't planned. You have a service worker in the house doing work to your house, and the cat freaks out because there's a strange person here. Again, disappears. So it's important to have the missing pet located.
Yep. So just because, and I hear people say that, just my cat's indoors, it never goes out. Okay. It only takes one time.
Or the screen to your window is not properly in place, and the cat falls out the window.
Exactly. Or the cat's at the screen and sees something and goes through it because they want to get to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, hopefully, the cat will realize, I don't belong here.
Yeah.
And run to the front door and like, move back inside. But sometimes they get.
They can't get in.
Unfortunately, we can't speak cat and dog, so they gotta speak for themselves.
Okay. So this is, I don't want to cause my cat or dog pain.
It's a relatively painless process. Like I said, unless it's a toy breed or a young age puppy, then definitely consult your veterinarian for discomfort.
Okay. I'm going to move it now. Okay, we're going to have to move it along quickly. I've heard that microchips have health risks. Oh, that's an interesting one.
I've never heard the story about potential risk because the chip itself is designed where it does not produce any chemicals, does not get into the bloodstream, it does not come into any organs, so it's not going to come out the body, the back end, it's planted under the skin.
It's not going to, no, it is definitely harmless.
Right.
Okay. My cat wears, and that's dog, my cat, I'm getting out my kitties, that's what I'm doing because we're running out of time. My cat or dog wears a collar and tag for identification.
Again, no system is foolproof. If your pet's wearing identification, you might have multiple tags. The tags sometimes will dangle against each other, and the paint will peel off, the numbers will peel off.
Yeah.
Sometimes the edges will bend over, and we can't read the name of the vet hospital.
Yep.
So again, if we had that situation, we too try to call the local hospital and say, do you have this shaped tags? Do you have a tag possibly fit in this description?
Yeah.
Do you have any pets from this neighborhood that are your pets?
Yeah.
So it's a slower process, but
it's an ID that can never be taken away.
That's true. It can never come out. It can never come
Never
out.
come out.
And never be dangled by other tags.
Right.
So be damaged.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if we have enough time for another one. Aren't microchips a risk to my security? Good question.
No, it's not. It does not have any private information beyond your contact, your name and your phone number. It doesn't have your social security number. It doesn't have your home address. I mean, it doesn't have anything personal, just simply your pet information.
Good. That's good, good. Let's see. I've heard that scanner technology in shelters doesn't always work.
Well, that's part of the problem with this. The chips sometimes do move in the dog or cat's body.
Yep.
That's why they're working on having some sort of adhesive put onto the chip so it stays put.
God, I just got a knock on my head. Okay, so yeah, and it hasn't. I mean, it's really not. It's just. It's always in the body.
It's always in the body.
It's always in the body, and
Right.
you'll find it with a scanner.
Yeah, sometimes
Okay.
it does take using different scanners, but we always check 3 or 4 times.
Okay, so I think that's my notes, and I want to show you here. This is Carla.
Okay.
This is a little brown
Very
tabby,
lovely.
little girl. This is Cassie. This is a Tortie.
Okay.
And Kizzy is in here. They're about 5, 6 weeks old. Their eyes have just turned. Woo, you're pretty. And they are looking for forever homes. And they are very rambunctious. They came in, somebody found them at Doctor's Hospital. And they found them, and the management said,
Okay.
you get rid of them, or we'll get rid of them. And I said, that's bad, that's
Yeah.
nasty. And some people are very nasty to cats and to kittens. So we're looking for special homes for these babies now. So if you're interested in adopting, they are just a ball of fur. They're so sweet and warm, and they were mean, and they were hissing and spitting at me. But now they're wonderful. They're very sweet, and they're very lovable. Okay, I have just gotten the signal to wrap. Joe, I want to thank you so much for coming and teaching us about the importance of microchipping. And is there anything you want to leave the viewers with?
Definitely consider having your pet spayed and neutered. That cuts
Okay.
down urges of running loose to start with.
All right.
But accidents do happen, so have your identification on your pet. I have people all the time come from traveling, sightseeing, and they leave their vet records back home.
Yeah.
So it's important to keep your records in order, keep them updated, and microchipping is very important on identification because, again, too many pets come in, we call it a tagger, you might call it a tabbing. Dog
Right.
might be a Cocker Spaniel to you, it might be a different breed of Spaniel to the county.
Okay.
So identification speaks wonders.
Okay, so it's spay, neuter, microchip, keep the registration up to date, and adopt a kitty or a dog.
Or-
You've got beautiful dogs and kitties at the shelter too.
Yeah, always adopt at the shelter or any rescue organization because animals definitely need homes.
July is free cat adoptions there.
Yeah,
at
the state
shelter.
of Maryland, multiple shelters are promoting free cat adoptions. The
Adoption
only
for-
cost is the licensing
The
fee,
license, okay.
and that will be $5.
Okay. Oh, wow. And if you're a senior citizen, it's free.
You get that free as well.
Yeah, I know because I take care of. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joe, for coming.
You're
Thank you, all you TV viewers. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you learned something because I did. And thank you again for everything, and I'll see you next time. But remember, please spay or neuter your pets to prevent more homeless animals because they are a cause for Paws. Bye-bye, everybody.